We are counting down 10 patio features that look incredible on install day and become costly regrets within a few years. From surfaces that crack and rot to design decisions that guarantee your patio sits empty, every entry includes a practical fix most contractors never mention. The number one mistake has nothing to do with materials at all. Starting at number 10, with a failure you can literally watch split apart. In the 10th place, the giant poured concrete slab stands as the classic backyard regret. On day 1, it is a smooth, seamless expanse. By year 5, diagonal cracks start creeping across the surface, no matter how carefully it was poured. Without control joints spaced every 8 to 10 feet and cut at least a quarter of the slab's depth, cracking is not a possibility, it is a guarantee. The American Concrete Institute guidelines are clear, yet many contractors skip this step to save time or cost. The result is a patchwork of repairs that never blend, and a looming risk of full replacement that can run over $10,000. Homeowners like Lisa Alvarez have even turned to lawsuits after slabs failed, only to discover that missing joints voided their insurance. The fix is straightforward. Insist on saw-cut joints at proper intervals, or better yet, choose modular porcelain pavers on a pedestal system. These allow for movement, resist cracking, and can be adjusted over time. Demand the right details up front, and you will avoid the most visible, expensive failure in patio construction. Number 9. Cheap composite decking promises a low-maintenance backyard, but the hidden cost shows up fast. Without a proper ventilation gap, at least 50 millimeters between the boards and the subframe, moisture gets trapped underneath. In as little as 3 to 5 years, that trapped water causes the boards to delaminate and the substructure to rot, even if the surface still looks fine. Warranty claims are routinely denied when installers skip this crucial AR flow, with most manufacturers requiring proof of a 50 millimeter gap for their 10-year coverage to apply. Do-it-yourselfers often discover too late that hollow frame systems amplify these failures, and thermal expansion can warp boards by up to 5 millimeters on a hot day. The fix is simple. Insist on a pedestal or vented frame that guarantees airflow, and always check the fine print before you buy. Spending an extra $2 to $4 per square foot on proper framing can double the deck's lifespan and save thousands in repairs. 8th place, the open slat pergola promises style, but delivers disappointment the moment the weather shifts. With 75 millimeter gaps between slats, these structures cast no more than 30% shade at midday, barely enough to cool a lounge chair, let alone protect a dining set. Rain pours straight through, soaking cushions and leaving the patio unusable for hours. Instagram's hashtag pergola paradise trend led to a surge in these installations. But consumer protection agencies now warn that nearly a quarter of owners report leaks or wind damage within the first year. Lab tests confirm the risk. Unbraced open slat pergolas can fail at just 15 miles per hour of sustained wind, well below the average spring gust in most suburbs. The fix is practical. Add a louvered or polycarbonate roof with integrated guttering. Adjustable slats boost shade to 70% and shield against rain, while proper bracing brings wind resistance up to code. Expect to invest an extra $1,200 to $2,500 for the upgrade, but it is a fraction of the cost of replacing ruined furniture or rebuilding after a storm. Number 7. The built-in outdoor kitchen is a classic case of more ambition than follow-through. At first, the stainless grill and stone counter promise endless summer gatherings. But as weeks turn into seasons, corrosion sets in fast, and metal brackets exposed to backyard humidity lose about 0.3 millimeters of thickness every year. Skip the required 150 millimeters of clearance from heat sources. And you are not just risking a scorched cabinet, you are bumping your fire risk into the highest code category. Appraisal reports have started to flag these kitchens as a liability, with a 5% penalty on resale when fire codes or weatherproofing are not met. It is common to hear from owners who used their setup twice and then abandoned it, frustrated by rust stains or warped doors. The fix is simple. Before you build, test a freestanding grill for a full season, then commit only if you truly use it. If you upgrade, insist on brackets made of grade 304 stainless steel and at least 150 millimeters of clearance, plus a fire-rated backer board. Spending $800 to $1,200 on these details can restore that lost 5% in home value and keep your investment from turning into an eyesore. Number 6. Lighting added. After the patio is finished almost always leads to frustration and unnecessary expense. Glare from a single floodlight, dark corners along the path, and shadowed steps are all symptoms of a system that was not planned from the start. Safety standards call for at least 120 lux on every walking surface, yet retrofitted fixtures often fall short, leaving trip hazards and failed inspections. Worse, when wiring and conduit are not embedded during the hardscape build, installers end up cutting through finished surfaces, driving up costs, and risking water pooling at fixture bases. Without a proper slope, 1 in 80 is the minimum. Standing water accelerates corrosion and can trigger ground faults. Municipal fire notices have traced backyard blazes to circuits without ground fault circuit interrupter protection, and to waterlogged fixtures. The solution is a 3-layer lighting plan: ambient LED strips at 2,700 Kelvin for warmth, focused task spots for steps and counters, and subtle uplighting on plants. Always run conduit, and set ground fault circuit interrupter protection before the patio is poured. Planning for layered, warm lighting from the outset not only saves money, it delivers a safer, more inviting space for years to come. Number 5. Bold, hard surface colors might catch the eye on social media, but they rarely stand the test of time. Deep blues, reds, or jet black pavers fade at a rate of about 5% a year under UV exposure, leaving a washed-out, uneven look by year 4. The problem isn't just cosmetic. Polished or dark finishes can drop below a slip coefficient of 0.5 when wet, falling short of safety standards and turning a patio into a hazard after a summer rain. Attempting to preserve that showroom shine with sealers adds up, costing between 75 cents and $1.20 per square foot every 4 years, and even then, the original vibrancy never returns. Instead, neutral, low-gloss finishes paired with colorful accessories offer a smarter path. These materials hold their tone for a decade or more, and when trends shift, swapping out pillows or planters is far cheaper than resurfacing the entire patio. Stick to a 4-year resealing schedule for slip resistance, and let color live in elements you can easily change. Number 4. Artificial grass borders might look flawless in a showroom, but the reality is a backyard heat trap and a drainage headache. On a sunny day, standard turf can hit surface temperatures 20 degrees Celsius hotter than real soil, enough to burn bare feet and drive pets indoors. The problem gets worse after a rainstorm. The dense plastic backing blocks water, cutting drainage by about 30% and leaving puddles at the patio edge. Infrared studies show a standard turf border reaching 48 degrees, while a cool gel infill drops that to 33 degrees, still warm, but finally walkable. Upgrading to a cool gel infill, or switching to a living ground cover, like creeping thyme, brings the temperature down and restores drainage. For the edge, a permeable gravel system sloped 1 in 80 away from the patio keeps water moving and roots healthy. The upfront cost for cool gel runs $3 to $5 more per square foot, but it spares you the resurfacing and heat complaints that come with standard turf. Choose materials that stay comfortable and let your yard breathe. Your feet and your plants will thank you. Number 3. Fast-growing screening trees may promise instant privacy, but their roots can turn a patio into a costly repair job. Arborist studies show that species like Leyland cypress or red maple push lateral roots out to 1.2 meters within just 5 years. Those roots don't just stop at the lawn. They pry up concrete slabs, crack pavers, and lift entire sections of hardscape. Homeowners often plant these trees less than 1 meter from the patio edge, chasing quick coverage, but the biology can't be ignored. Without a physical barrier, root intrusion is almost guaranteed. The professional fix is straightforward. Install a high-density polyethylene root barrier, at least 45 centimeters deep along the patio perimeter, and never plant screening trees closer than 1.2 meters to any slab. This detail, usually costing $4 to $6 per foot, prevents repairs that routinely run $7,000 to $12,000. Skip the barrier, and you are setting yourself up for upheaval, literally. The right planting distance and a proper root shield keep your patio intact and prime the ground for effective drainage. That is the next critical step in backyard longevity. Coming to the top 3, failure to plan drainage is the silent disaster waiting beneath the surface. After a heavy rain, water pools on patios that lack the right slope and subbase, seeping into cracks and pushing up slabs, a process known as hydrostatic uplift. Insurance data from Florida and Texas shows the average claim for water-damaged patios now sits at $9,200, with over 100 cases filed in just 1 year. The technical fix is non-negotiable. Start with a compacted base of 100 to 150 millimeters of crushed stone, grade the finished surface at a minimum of 1/80 away from the house, and install a linear or French drain at the low point. These 3 specs, subbase depth, proper fall, and a reliable drain, are the difference between a patio that lasts and one that buckles or floods your basement. The American Concrete Institute and IRC 2025 both require these standards, but too many builds skip them to cut costs. The return on investment is clear. Spending $8 to $12 per square foot on proper drainage prevents claims averaging 3 times that amount over a decade. If you want a patio that survives storms and seasons, treat drainage as your foundation, not an afterthought. And finally, in first place, a patio hidden from view inside the house is the regret that trumps every technical flaw. When a patio drops out of the main sightline, blocked by a fence, a tall hedge, or simply sited too far from the kitchen window, usage plummets. Environmental psychology studies show that when the direct line of sight from a primary window to the patio is less than 1.5 meters, homeowners use their outdoor space 35% less. It is not just about aesthetics or privacy, it is about daily behavior. In Seattle, a simple remodel that swapped a solid railing for glass and trimmed a hedge to maintain a clear 1.8 meter view tripled weekly patio hours from 2 to 6. One homeowner described the change as suddenly remembering we even had a backyard. The fix is practical. Audit your windows, and if the patio is not visible, reposition it, or open up the view with tempered glass railings. Expect to invest $80 to $120 per foot, or keep hedges below 0.5 meter. The payoff is real. A patio you will actually use, visible from inside, becomes an extension of daily life. Before you break ground, stand at your window and draw that sightline. The best patios are built for how you live, not just how they look in a catalog. Across all 10 mistakes, one pattern is clear. Patios fail when they're built for photos, not for life. Every expensive regret starts with ignoring real-world habits, weather, and sightlines. Outdoor spaces work when they're designed around how people truly live, not how a plan looks on install day.